guys, I wanted to show my appreciation for the amount of work you guys did this weekend, because ultimately I don't think that for us, Soda City Comic Con would have been as much of a success if it had not been for you guys being there. And ultimately, I also don't think that our podcast would be as much of a success if not for you guys being on it.
I think I appreciate that, but same to you, Barrett.
Same to you, Barrett. We couldn't have did it without you.
I do work hard.
We really couldn't have
fearless
done it
leader.
without you because you started it.
So,
we just came and made it better.
I wanted to show my appreciation by giving you guys a couple gifts. Trent,
Wow.
What?
Trent, this one's for you.
Wow.
That is rad.
And
Wow.
Zach, this one.
Wow.
Is
Wow.
cool.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Thank you, Barrett.
Spawn there, and
Nice.
Venom. Sorry, different than from Spawn, but Venom and Batman.
Batman, man. Wow, this is very nice.
Oh man, I love it. And my office at home is Batman themed,
Yeah.
and this is gonna go perfect.
So
Thank you.
I wanted to show
Barrett.
my appreciation for all the hard work you did.
I freaking love it.
Oh, man. You know, Zach, you want to go ahead and get our gift we got for Barrett out the car?
Sure.
Honestly, I was not expecting anything.
Well, we don't have
That's
anything, so I just want to let you know.
No.
Turn the camera off, Trent. Pull your pants down.
The All About Nothing podcast may have content and language that isn't appropriate for some. Listener discretion is advised. Recorded live from GOD Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. I'm Ami from the Welcome to Wonderland podcast, and this is the All About Nothing podcast. With Zach King, Trent Clark, and my bestie, Barrett Gruber.
All right, everybody, welcome to the All About Nothing podcast. This is episode number 170, joined by Zach King and Trent Clark. I am Barrett Gruber. We are also joined this week by Lindsay Conine of the Freetimes, which is the published by the Post Courier here in Columbia.
That is correct.
So we're going to get into why she is here in just a minute, because we're very excited. So
I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you got a hint in front of you, but, you know.
yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, which, by the way, you should watch on YouTube, because ultimately you get to look at those two pretty faces and then mine.
Yeah.
So, all right, welcome everybody. Please subscribe to the show. That's how we get new listeners. Please also consider supporting us financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member and proudly calling yourself a true nothinger. We have a bunch of membership tiers available, of course. And again, just a reminder, the Trent tier, $100 a month tier. And ultimately, if you sign up for that ultimate tier, he is at your disposal up to the limit of the law. Which, by the way, somebody asked me at the
I'm mad people are starting to ask you things.
Somebody asked me at the Comic-Con, like, what is the limit of the law? And I said, we can't pimp him out.
Yeah, think of the thing you want him to do, and then look at the law. Even include the Constitution.
Correct.
Let's see.
Prostitution is legal in Vegas. So if we go to Vegas, then ultimately, fair warning, Trent.
I guess.
Work from state law to federal law. And
That's right. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, think you're worth it. Go ahead and give us a review and hit 5 stars. And if you're not on Apple Podcasts, just share it. Also, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and all of that. You can find links on the allaboutnothing.com.
I do that. Hope someone pays $100 and you have to be their sparring partner or something. And it's
I would love that.
And it's like Mike Tyson, so he rocks you.
If it's Mike Tyson, we're going viral. COE, man.
He's like,
Content
"Trent,
over
you think you got a
everything.
better podcast than me?
I'm like, yeah, I do, Mike. I smoke more than you, Mike.
Listen, I'm gonna knock your block off.
Does Mike
Get in the ring with me?
Does Mike Tyson have a podcast?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Where have you been? Under a
Everybody's
rock?
got a podcast nowadays. I mean, I guess we're proof
Mike
of that.
Tyson-
Don't call Mike Tyson just everybody.
Mike Tyson has a vape too.
Okay.
It's 1,000 puffs in this thing.
It's actually 7,000. We sell them.
Seriously?
7? Is it 7?
It's 7,000. Those bars have 5,000.
Okay.
So Mike Tyson gives you a charger in his.
I can't believe you're not
thank you,
not
Mike.
plugging this. So real quick shout outs 2023 Soda City Comic Con, and bear with me because there's a good number of people we have to thank real quick on this. Brock, Amy, Steve, RH, all of the celebrity handlers, volunteers, and the whole staff. Also, thank you Vanessa Angel, Michael and Jennifer Bean, Summer Glau, Lex Luger, Sean Aston, and all of the voiceover actors for some of the most popular anime series, including One Piece, Demon Slayer, many more.
Dragon Ball Z as well.
Yeah. Thank you to Leroy and Michael of Nerdy by Nature Productions, who were our neighbors. Also, thank you to the 501st Legion, who were kind enough to play around with us all weekend. A lot of grenades being lobbed.
Oh my gosh, I'm blind in one eye, so I'll be my lawyers and reaching out to you, 501st Legion, with the laser show you put on.
And you better not say 501.
Yeah, don't say that. Both the 501st Legion as well as Nerdy by Nature are going to be up on this podcast as future guests, so make sure to tune in for that.
Can't wait.
Thank you also to Leroy Grain for introducing myself, as well as participating in the very fun conversation we had on stage for the panel hall during the con. Make sure to check that out on YouTube once I get the video for that. You can also check out Nerdy by Nature on YouTube. They do a lot of game reviews and movies and TV shows and things like that, so make sure to check them out. Thank you also to everyone who came by and visited us and talked to us. We recorded so much content that ultimately I've had to sparse it out over the course of like 4 days.
Gerard said he came and seen y'all.
If you-
Did y'all see Gerard?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So if you haven't heard yourself yet on the shorts that have been released, you will. They're still coming.
Also, I want to point out that everyone that signed up for our email list, I'm still in the process of trying to decipher handwriting.
Yes.
Which
Yeah, we forgot about that, huh?
we
should have did iPad.
Barrett has to go to the literal Rosetta Stone, as well as his Duolingo subscription.
Yeah, some of them are pipes and then like colons and they don't.
Well, you can't expect the people that that are super geeky to also know how to write too. You know what I mean? They can't just do both.
But no, not even that. Doesn't be simple in their email address.
Yeah.
Okay, I see
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you're
There's
saying.
a lot of complicated email addresses that
They're
don't
like,
make
so
any
you're gonna
sense.
have to translate your email Outlook to Wingdings.
Your name is Frank Masterson, but you go by Chevy Chase 104. I can't put those together. Anyone else we have to thank? Oh, Ami.
Yes, Ami,
From
for all
Welcome
the
to
good
Wonder-
work she did for
Welcome
us.
to Wonderland.
If it wasn't for
podcast.
Ami. Ami was such a great help
Yes.
during that whole thing. She got, I think it was a Bible
Yeah.
worth of cards out
Yeah.
to everybody. I mean, just above and beyond.
Yeah,
Doing her thing,
I
man.
can't emphasize enough how helpful she was.
Ami,
with
the
all of
anti-nap taker during work days.
Sorry, what?
She took 2 naps.
Hold on.
No, because I
During
always tell her.
Comic-Con?
No. On Monday, Monday we were talking, and I'm a big napper. Like lunch comes and I'm working from home, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah.
Ami thinks I'm insane for that. She came up to me. She's like, I took 2 naps today. She goes, I napped at lunch, and as soon as I got off, I took another nap. I was like, Comic-Con takes it out of you.
Oh yeah.
So
Comic-Con takes it out of you.
also John Kosis and the Columbia Fireflies for our weekly Nothing or Firefly update. There's only one more homestand this week, Segra Park. I say this week because the episode drops on Monday, so they'll this week. This is the last homestand week.
Yes.
If you haven't been to a game, make sure to come out. They're playing Delmarve. I pronounced that wrong.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
That's
ColumbiaFireflies.com for
the guys
tickets.
who are taking the L because the
Yeah.
Fireflies are going to sweep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Clean
But
sweep.
I don't remember that series going well last time they were in town. But also, last shout out, Tim Miles, mayor of the city of West Columbia, who I got on the phone with last night after all the drama and rumors about the news that broke specifically pertaining to West Columbia's very own New Brookland Tavern. So thanks to one of the greatest human beings on the planet, also, in my opinion, Eric DeFazio, who actually got me in touch with Tim. So thank you, Eric. Thank you, Tim, for talking to us and at least clearing the air, because the one takeaway that I think we all have to get out of that is that the city of West Columbia does not want New Brookland Tavern to go away.
Nope.
They want New Brookland Tavern to stay. So we'll if we have some time, we're gonna talk a little bit about that as well. The Shorts episode dropped Friday, this coming Friday, last Friday.
Hey, and we've been
Well,
stands for New Brooklyn since the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like we had Justin Osborne Asusto. Instantly, he goes, when I think Columbia, I think New Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's the first place you go. It's where he knows. Like, it is that place. We've all had our starts there, played there.
Oh yeah, that's what
All
I
kinds
was
of
about to say. It's before New Brooklyn. I mean, before the podcast. So, like me and Neek, and like we've had like one of our first big shows there with Ben, and
Yep.
Primo was there too as well. So it was kind of
Me.
like, yeah, you was a guitar person. So I thought you forgot about that. You didn't say that, but
I've played there twice.
I know.
Well, we're gonna have more coming up on that as we go along. It's probably gonna be some Shorts episodes. I think I'm trying to work something out where we'll go and record an episode at New Brookland Tavern, because right now there's a GoFundMe that's going on to try and raise enough money for them to get the capital to move forward on some future endeavor, whether it's staying in the building or whether it is moving into a new location. West Columbia wants them in West Columbia. So that's the big takeaway.
I'm going to see what they're up to while we're doing this.
All right. So one of the things that I said during the panel this past weekend during the Soda City Comic Con is that we as a community, as well as our listeners all over the United States, and even our listeners in countries across the world, whether they're in Germany, India, Norway, the UK, Ireland, Brazil, Mexico, Canada, because we've got Germany is coming in strong with the listeners.
Have you heard about the Autobahn Hotting?
Freetimes doesn't know where our votes came from, do they?
That might have something we look into after this podcast.
I wouldn't.
Well, thank you, Barry.
I wouldn't spend any. I wouldn't spend any time.
Grand
on
opening, grand closing.
Yeah.
Don't point out our Indian listeners. They're at $28,015.
That's not. I mean, in 2 days, that's okay. Great.
Strong.
We all need to support our local journalism. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. And as someone who used to represent local journalism in working for a little small AM radio station, 1,000-watt in Winder, Georgia, all the way up to working for a big radio station in Atlanta, those are still considered local media. Local journalism was done there. So ultimately, I made a comment during the panel that everyone should support their local journalism, and not just to support their local journalism by tuning into the station and things like that, but buying from the advertisers that advertise with those papers, with those radio stations, because ultimately that's how they stay in business, and that's how you get to continue to receive information that's local to where you live by having those stations, and they that's how they get the support. So that's my soapbox.
Okay, so you done?
Yeah.
Local businesses
Right.
like GOT Sound Studios, where we record right now.
Yeah, exactly. So with that out of the way, I want to introduce our guest. She is the Events and Marketing Manager for the Freetimes, published by the Post Courier Columbia. Please welcome to the show, Lindsay Conine. Thank you for being here, Lindsay.
Thank you all very much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, no, and ultimately, we've tried to keep it kind of under wraps as far as how the whole voting went, and
Bear's like a kid on Christmas. He didn't want to hold it.
Today he gets to open that present.
That's right.
We appreciate you holding it in, first and foremost, because I think the excitement of us being able to roll it out to the entire community at one time is part of the great excitement around Best of Columbia.
It's like the Oscars and the Grammys.
Exactly.
So I guess I feel like maybe I should just let you say it.
Well, I mean, since we are also on video here, if you would like to hold up your official certificate.
I'm going to laminate that.
Y'all have officially won the Best Local Podcast of the Freetimes Best of Columbia 2023.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh, my God.
Guys, hey. I feel like we landed on the moon.
What do you say, man? Hey, you know what they say? Hey, man, I just got to thank God first. Just got to thank God. I want to thank all my supporters, all of my haters as well.
Car ran good. We did good.
When you do good deeds, you get good things.
Listen, we tried. This is the fruition of hard effort, man.
And you got to speak it into existence. Like I told Barrett, you got to speak it into existence.
And honestly, this has been an endeavor. This podcast, I started this podcast in 2017, and it was just me sitting in front of a microphone, basically complaining about the fact that I couldn't talk about my opinion in the office. And it worked its way into this. We went through the pandemic. We recorded when Zach and Trent both joined the show. We recorded over Zoom. That was some of the most
painful.
That was some of the most difficult recording, because ultimately we would record for like 2.5 hours, and I had to figure out how to get that down to an hour.
Correct. And when we started this, me and Zach was like, why can't we just do 2 hours again?
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of Joe Rogan? They go for like 3 hours sometimes.
The Joe Budden podcast.
That's a morning show.
I guess
that's what Joe Rogan does, a morning show every day. But I was limited to the amount of space that I had available to upload our video and our audio. So that limitation, I don't have a $30 million budget a year.
I mean, we ain't know that.
Well, Barrett and I actually started podcasting together in 2018. I looked it up today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think in 2020 is when it became
Yeah.
what it is now.
Yeah.
The three-headed monster.
That was back when I used to use the theme music to Police Squad as our opening.
And it droned on forever. I was like, I remember this. I was listening to it today. I was like, yep, the thing's going on and we're still talking. We've come far, guys. We've come far.
So, as far as what your job is at the Free Times, but by the way, thank you very much for the Free Times for hosting this contest because Zach,
I'm sorry, I didn't think it was.
as far as what the Free Times does, what is sort of the mission of the Best of Columbia? Like, what is the idea behind it as far as like trying? What is it to do?
Well, it's to celebrate, honestly, all that makes Columbia and the Columbia region Columbia.
Yeah.
And I think that stems from what the Free Times really started as. I mean, we were just a local newspaper, totally focused on, the arts, culture, and music. We were founded in 1987. So, we've been around for a while. And this competition, actually, this Reader's Choice Awards, we were seriously trying to figure out when it started because we couldn't even remember when it started.
Wow.
Sometime in the 90s. But it is by far, in 2023, the most popular and longest running Reader's Choice Awards here in Columbia.
It's for sure a big deal because when you win and when even in the past, my wife's salon has won at one time and everyone's ecstatic because it's a big deal. People know that like out of all the salons you were nominated, then you won.
And
you
then
have to make it through multiple rounds.
Yes,
and
yeah.
I can't tell you how many, because I'm one of the ones who gets the emails.
Right.
How many submissions that we get for all the different categories and suggestions. And then now that it's out, the very passionate readers who we appreciate very, very much. But really giving us their opinion on, this winner or that winner, or why wasn't this person or this business included. So,
Oh my gosh, really? It gets that serious.
This is a very, very, very fair contest. I mean, our staff works very hard and has for many years to perfect this to make this, legitimate. We want no cheating in the votes. We really kind of comb through everything, and we get a ton of recommendations for new categories. Or, hey, I want to nominate this person, and it's they are invested. They really are invested in this competition. So when you win, like y'all did this year, you absolutely should be very proud.
And it's and even like we discussed it before because there's a definite gap between when the nominations end and then when the voting gets to begin. So,
but a lot of people don't know when that starts. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people were like a lot of other podcasts I talked to because they found out that we were like in the top 5 for like people to vote for. So like, how do we even get our name on that? Like, I didn't even know voting started. I'm like, well, you gotta.
Do your research,
You
man.
have to read the Free Times, and you have to follow us on social media because we really, really, really always push out. Look at that, Free Times, I see. But we really do push out our beginning of the nominations because that's crucial. If you miss that window, we don't want anybody to miss that window. We want this to be include everyone and everyone's favorites, all of our readers' favorites. So we typically start the process and start kind of announcing when we're going to be opening up nominations. I believe around like May, June, late spring, early summer. And there is a large gap in between the nominations and the voting round because we are combing through all of those.
I can't even imagine because you're doing this at the same time that you are trying to also publish a newspaper on a weekly basis. How big is the staff at the Free Times?
We have been growing.
You just moved into a new location too.
We did. We are now back in the Main Street district on Lady Street.
Whoa!
Yes.
Oh, nice.
We love it. That's where
around.
we were, but we were there. Goodness, I think it's been probably 6 or 7 years ago. And then because our staff has been growing so much, we had to move out of that office over to the 5 Points district. And then again, growing so much, especially I have to say on our editorial side and our writers. We have many local reporters now.
Nice.
That's awesome.
On both the Post and Courier Columbia news side and Free Times side. So we moved back to the Main Street district, which I love the fact that I can walk down the street to lunch every day and happy hour.
That's
We
a
got
win.
some great things around, and we We are settling in and
Some of them
happy
are,
to be there.
Some of them are mentioned in here.
Yeah.
So,
We
Very
all
much
have
so.
our favorites,
Yeah.
and you will see the writers actually did a great article, I think, in the back this year, just about, hey, respect to all the winners, but hey, we all have our own personal favorites, and
Yeah,
we
100%.
voted for them.
100%.
We understand.
And I have to give a shout out to the other podcasts we were up against, because when you see the competition, you go like, let's check out the competition.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
And they're all excellent.
Oh, I'm subscribed to all of their shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally get updates every week. Profit over what was it? Pursuit,
Profit
over pursuit.
yeah.
And then the two chiropractors.
Yes.
I can't remember their names.
Oh,
but
you're
it's-
asking me on the spot to remember all the podcasts.
And I was about to say, I don't even want to lie. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do subscribe to it, but I don't see the competition. my
People
boy.
were surprised we were able to be SC leads, because that's a very popular podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we found out from Leroy Green, who now works at SCE TV, who used to work for WLTX, is one of the co-hosts for Nerdy by Nature. He was telling me that he was really surprised that we beat SC Leads, because that's a very popular podcast. Bill Kimler, who was a candidate out of Greenwood, Democratic candidate out of Greenwood, we've had him on a regular basis. He even told me, he was like, I can't believe you guys beat SC Leads. I listen to them. Like, it's
We
There's
carpet bombed our followers. We called
Yeah.
our guys to action, our ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries.
That's a
We
fact.
called you all to action.
Nothingers, the true nothingers.
All the
came
nothingers.
Out.
They came out for us.
that is a
I would
fact.
like to see, those German votes who they decided that the best dry cleaner in Columbia and the best chef, just out of curiosity. But
Whether or not they actually voted, we do not know.
You never know.
I assume they voted. I assume somehow that I don't know who are
German votes?
because
Okay.
that's one of the things I ask, is that if you're listening to us from another country, please email us. It's theshow@theallaboutnothing.com, because we would like to hear from you. You could record what.
Well, to be fair, when we were at the Comic-Con, we were blown away about the people coming by and be like, I listen to you guys.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm already
Yeah.
and I was like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Like it was actually amazing. So it gave me it felt good. I was like, I got people here. Got
Yeah.
some nothingers.
Yeah, absolutely. So another one of the questions that I wanted to ask was, and I think Tate told me, but how many votes total were there this year?
we had over 300,000 total votes.
How does that compare to previous years?
That is over previous years. I mean, it just continuously grows. So this year it was 300,000 total votes, or I'm sorry, it was 300,000 total votes by 30,000 individual voters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a ton.
Wait. 300,000 votes over how many
Over
individual
30,000 voters.
30,000 voters.
Yes.
That is insane.
Well, there's a lot of categories they got to vote.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
30,000 people were on the website and went through the categories to make their selections.
Yeah, Barrett, people don't do nothing at work. People have time.
So
that
Trent's
is-
available for hire on that $100 Trent tier.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I come up in there and do your little Excel spreadsheet for you.
No, you won't. You said you're not going to do work.
You're right. You got a point.
But like you said, that is, I think, 296 individual awards over 11 different categories. And those are the online votes, and it's now online as well. You can go check out all those, all the winners, or you can pick up your paper, which are all distributed around Columbia and the Columbia region today.
In every one of those boxes that you see all over town, they're in they're in convenience stores, things like that.
Yep.
Let me ask, how far does the freetimes reach as far as like the Columbia market? Like,
Wow. I mean, our digital presence, I think, has grown exponentially over the last, especially 5-6 years.
Sure.
Yes.
Since we joined with Post and Courier. But our physical paper, how we started, our print paper, it is in the Columbia region, and they fly out of the boxes. But we have our drivers out in the Lexington area. We have them in Blythewood. We have them, we are in the Columbia region, not just the downtown. We do stretch.
when I
a bit
first
beyond.
moved here from Atlanta, one of the things that I would do was we'd go out and I would pick up a freetimes every week just to read the police blotter.
Oh, 100% in the rate and the rave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
I am constantly awestruck at some of the things that people are willing to put out there. I get that a lot of it's anonymous, but like, or they give themselves an alias, but like it is dumbfounding the situations people put themselves in. And then,
One bad Saturday night, Barrett. That's all it is. Usually.
yeah, but
We
it's like
have-
40 people having the same bad night.
We have a staff
called a
member
roadblock.
who mails out people who have been getting the free times for years and years and years, but maybe don't live in Columbia anymore.
Yeah.
But they still want the print paper.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they mail out every single issue every single week.
That's amazing.
To a list of people who are like, I got to get my news, got to get my free
Give
time.
it to me. Give it
How
to
much
me.
does it cost to get it mailed to you?
I don't know if there's a
Okay.
cost associated with it. We'll see if you
There's-
can make
Yeah,
the
and
list.
see, that's another question I was about to ask. As far as because I know you guys with the Post and Carrier. So, when did that merger happen?
That happened about 2017.
Okay.
So, we are obviously one large company, even Post Industries. And when Post and Courier first came into Columbia, so many people associate them with Charleston.
Correct.
But
Right, yeah.
They're truly, it's a statewide paper
It
now.
is.
Yeah. But Post and Courier Columbia has its own site, its own news, and again, its own reporters here, living Columbia, boots on the ground. So it is truly our, local newspaper.
It's
in addition
excellent.
to the free
And as
times.
far as like advertisers, like I know like what Bear was saying earlier in the first part of our show, as far as like using the advertisers that y'all put on y'all paper and that like generates money back to y'all. But is there another way, since y'all basically give the papers out for free, how y'all get paid as far as like the
We do have online our digital subscriptions.
Okay, gotcha.
Our print paper is still free.
Okay.
And hopefully always will be free because that is the foundation of the free times,
Correct.
obviously. But yeah, our
Bear,
advertising
we can
staff.
hear you.
I'm aware. Look. Not only is this
It sounds like
visual,
he's on a stop.
Yeah, like you at a bus stop, bro. Forrest Gump.
not only is this a visual medium, this is also an auditory medium.
Correct.
So
But
they
who
can
doesn't
see
love
me going through.
the rustling of the
Yeah,
paper?
that's what I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
He's
Ultimately,
trying to
We're
do
just
ASMR.
wondering what Barrett's doing.
Ultimately, the reason that I wanted to pull this up, and I'm not putting you on the spot, but I am, Trent. I wanted you to read our write up.
You could. I've already.
I'll
got
read
that
it
in
if
my
you don't
phone.
want to read it.
I've already got that in my phone, man. I've already posted it. Let's get it.
All right.
Talk to him.
Best local podcast, the All About Nothing podcast. Runner-up, SC Lead. If we can praise Seinfeld for being a great sitcom about nothing, we can certainly heap accolades on a podcast for covering essentially the same topic. Though, to be fair, the All About Nothing podcast name isn't quite accurate. We live in a world of 24-hour cable news, politics, wars, pandemics, partisan politics, sports, and entertainment. In the midst of this constant barrage of information, All About Nothing likes to take a few moments and discuss news specifics and their impact.
That's a good write up. Who's
Very.
Shout out to our free times writers
Yeah.
right there.
Thank you, man.
Very talented staff.
Are they going to be at the party on Saturday?
Oh, they will all be at the party, and
Will they
y'all.
be waiting for that?
Well, y'all should just wait and see what they're dressed as.
Oh, okay.
This is a theme party. The best of
Yeah.
celebration every single year is a new theme that we do not roll out until a couple weeks before the event. Probably the hardest part of my job is coming up with a new theme every single year.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so this year it is pop stars, rock stars, and icons, and
Nice.
it's all music throughout the decades. And our staff has been talking for weeks, what everybody's dressing up as. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
I told them I don't dress up well, so the chances are I'm probably going to come in jeans and like a band T-shirt and like a flannel, tie a flannel around my waist. That's how I used to go.
90s grunge
Yeah,
slash
that's
groupie. You can, if you want to dress a decade or a crew member backstage, whatever you like. You're a winner. You can do whatever
that
you
is
want.
quite-
Yes,
That
you're
is-
a winner. You hear that, people? We're gonna clip that.
I got mine planned, but I am not putting it out there. Everyone will just have to figure it out.
That is
Well, the party will be happening when this comes out. So.
yeah, that's
So
true.
you can go ahead and say
you
it.
can tell us now.
Nope.
Oh, he's going to keep it a secret from us.
It'll be after.
Scaredy cat.
But yeah, but because I grew up in the '90s, and that's literally the same outfit I wore to every Dave Matthews Band concert, or Pearl Jam, or Cake, or Ben Folds.
When you saw the Beatles live for the first time?
Wow, no, that was shirt and tie, sir.
And I don't like how you say you grew up in the 90s because I technically grew up in the 90s.
You
were
born
living
in the 90s.
You were living
If
good.
you were born in that decade, you're not a child of that decade.
Yes.
I was.
I can't say I'm an
That's fair.
80s baby. I was born in 88, not an 80s kid, but 90s came around. Yeah.
I was drinking in the '90s legally.
Yeah, that's why I said you weren't living. You weren't born.
Barrett, tell your
That's
grandkids I said, hey.
So what are some of your favorite categories?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Oh, see, you know, I also, one of my big events through freetimes that we do every year is the Columbia Food and Wine Festival.
Right.
So that is one of my favorite events. We might have lost to the Greek Festival this year.
I did see
but that's
that.
okay.
I
That's
did
okay.
see that.
And I'm talking from a personal, not just a
talking
freetimes
personal.
employee.
Yeah, we asked her.
You
opinion.
have your biased opinions, but you let the games proceed.
So I do have to say, with my food and wine kind of comrades, because we literally get into the trenches together during that festival. So I love the food and beverage industry. So I have to say, you know, best chef this year was Wes Fulmer at Motor Supply.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I mean,
Very good food.
I'm a Hot Pocket guy. I need to spread out my.
You said a Hot Pocket guy? Come on.
I don't get to go to fancy restaurants.
You
I
don't even
promise.
go to Texas Roadhouse or something like that?
No, bro.
God, dog.
I go through the Fazoli's drive-thru. I'm like, I need that. Give me that.
Fazoli's.
Like a
Come on now, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get the same reaction out of me. The idea, and nothing against Fazoli's, but the idea of fast food Italian restaurant is, or fast food Italian, just it kind of makes my stomach a little.
If there was
queasy.
a category for fast food Italian, they'd win every year.
But
It'd
Barrett,
be the only
Barrett,
one.
think
Only one
about
in
this.
existence,
How
yes.
long does it really take to make spaghetti?
It's not about it. First of all,
It doesn't take long to boil noodles. It doesn't
spaghetti-
take long to do the.
Get 'em,
the-
Trent.
It's easy to make
them know.
spaghetti. Man.
I don't.
the meatballs.
I don't want to defame Fazoli's at this point, but I believe that there's a good possibility that spaghetti you're eating for lunch was the spaghetti they had for lunch yesterday.
Come on,
No,
man.
listen.
Come on,
We went to
man.
Olive Garden for the first time in a couple of years, and I was like, you know, Fazoli's is.
It's hitting, ain't it?
It's over there. That chicken parm's just a big old chicken nugget. I'm in.
Chicken nugget.
And I thought I was going to defame Fazoli's. Oh, so,
Okay.
So, what other categories or so?
So we'll move on from the, the good food.
We're not
forgive
getting
us.
that, we're not getting that Fazoli sponsorship. I'm going to tell you right now.
Talk to me,
Not
Fazoli's.
at all.
No, I have to say, from again, events background, I always wait for best hotel and Hotel Trundle.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
You know, I love Hotel Trundle. They've done so much for downtown Columbia too. First kind of boutique.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like.
When they had Metallica stay there, I was like, I know that place is good.
So I was very excited when Trundle came out. We do have a new, like the All Good Books this year got the best bookstore.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, and they just opened a couple months ago, so I was excited to see that. That's kind of what I love seeing year to year. You know, new places, new restaurants, new stores,
Yeah.
new businesses kind of come to the top of the leaderboard in Best of Columbia, and it's interesting to see the changes year to year. I think it talks a lot about how much Columbia's grown, especially.
Yeah.
It does.
So I get excited when I see somebody new on there.
That's great.
Friends of the pod, Transmissions Arcade.
Yeah.
They did definitely get
They
Best Bloody
racked
Mary.
up.
Best Bloody Murray?
Best Bloody
Mary.
They-
Excuse me.
What else do they?
I think
They
best
took a
place
couple.
to have a birthday
party,
maybe
right?
a first date, maybe best first date place.
I can see that for real. Could definitely see that.
I will also acknowledge that one of our.
Did they get best wings?
I don't think they did. No, they did. They did not get best wings.
No, was it D's?
I don't think it was
These wings?
Might have been
beat them
D's
out?
wings.
Listen,
might
that's
be.
some staunch competition.
Oh
These
man.
wings? You think these wings are better than Transmissions?
I only had leftover transmission arcade.
Well, not technically. Hold on. Not technically.
They weren't leftover.
I literally went to Transmission
Yeah, they were to go.
pick up wings for the show, and like
I had some catered around town wings.
I had to actually
Such a hater, man.
I had to actually talk to Josh and tell him after that episode, listen, I'm sorry that the reaction that I got out of Zach was, let's say, less than excited.
This is the reason why he didn't get his shirt. This is the main reason why you didn't get his shirt, because he knew you was going to hate. He seen the hate in your
Let me
face.
just put it out there. They were really good, but I might have to enter that contest next.
Let me just tell you the thing that I love about Transmission's wings, and it's not just the fact that they're smoked chicken wings, because they do those very, very well.
They have smoked burgers, too.
But it's the sauces.
sauce.
Like the white sauce, I can't remember what it's called, but even and the brown sauce, and I gotta be, I can't remember what the names of them are.
It's called the Addison Gold. Addison Gold.
Addison Gold, that's right.
And
That's right.
the other
Alabama
one-
white.
Alabama white.
Alabama
Yep,
white.
Yep.
Thank you very much for clearing that up.
That's what happens when you really go.
Just Bum, I know you're watching this right now, or I know you're playing the episode in the kitchen right now. And Bum, I want you to know that ultimately, if I can get more wings specifically on a Monday.
Specifically on a Monday.
If I can figure out how to get wings on a Monday, then this will never happen again.
This never happened. We'll never let Zach taste your wings ever again.
Okay, I tell you what. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back after the break and we'll discuss more about the free times and the Best of Columbia as well. We're probably going to try and get into a little bit about the new Brookland Tavern situation because ultimately I promised the mayor that I would discuss it today. So this is the All About Nothing podcast. We're here with Lindsay Conine from the Free Times as well as Zach King, Trent Clark, Barrett Gruber. We'll be right back.
I am the Diligent Dabber from The Dad Who Dabs, and you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
All right, welcome back to the All About Nothing podcast. Zach King, Trent Clark, Barrett Gruber. We're also joined by Lindsay Conine from the Free Times here in Columbia. We have been discussing the Best of Columbia 2023, and I think for the second half, before we do discuss some of the new Brookland Tavern, I think we want to go through some of the winners from Best of Columbia. I know one of the ones that I always think of when I think of Best Columbia is the ones that go to like the news anchors and the news stations here in Columbia, the local news stations. And according to this, Andrea Mock won from WLTX this year.
Yes, she did.
Solid choice.
Is this her
Solid
first
choice.
year winning this?
I don't believe it. WIS has kind of swept it the last couple of years, if I remember
I was
correctly.
going to say Judy Gaskin is
has
in
been
there.
up there, yeah, exactly. But no, Andrew Mott got it this year, which is very exciting. WLTX has been, I think, kind of coming up behind WIS lately. They got some great talent there.
Those are my peeps. I like WLTX.
Yeah.
I always liked Jim Gandy. And one of my favorite things about the fact that Jim Gandy was a weatherman there was that he was wrong on his weather so much.
Well, we're talking about weather.
But he continued to have his job day after day. It's like if I was wrong about my job every day.
Well, this is where WLTX is
He
doing.
got to meet Obama too. So
This is
like,
where
he was on it.
WLTX is doing their good job. See, their weather woman.
Who's their weather woman?
I don't
know. You don't know.
I don't know.
Well, that's
but
another
it's-
category.
Oh, is
We
there?
do have a best weather person, and I believe this year it was Vaughn Gaskin.
Vaughn Gaskin, yeah.
Who I love.
I do like Vaughn Gaskin on
she's good.
WIS.
She delivers.
She's really good, and she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's got anything on WLTX.
Okay, well, fair. All right.
That's where I go for my weather's WLTX.
Are you suggesting a new category for next year?
Oh, yes.
Hottest weather girl. Is that what you're
If Trent
suggesting?
had his way, he would have a category in each category where he just votes. Like, and Trent's favorite.
Trent's pick.
That's right. Trent's picks. Trent's top 5.
DJ Lonzo.
I'll take
DJ
it back to the
Lonzo's
team. We'll see what
DJ
they
Lonzo's
say.
two.
Correct.
What DJ Lonzo's top 295? You said
297.
297.
Honestly, well, okay.
Keep going.
I'm not
Come
gonna.
on.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna do that.
No,
So
come
let's see. So Andrea Mock got for best local anchor person.
Ankle breaker.
Nice.
Yeah, you got it right.
Donnie Mercer Plank had an honorable mention, but Judy Gaskin was runner up this year. Best local Instagram. Now, what I don't think I voted in that category, but what makes your Instagram the best? Any idea?
Well, I think with because who was the winner with that one today was
Cola.
Cola today.
At Cola
I think
today,
it's the frequency because they do that daily.
Yeah.
So that people are every morning like clockwork. They're going to see what Cola J's putting out today. So I think it's kind of that to me is what probably got them that win.
We're gonna have to subscribe to that.
I never use Instagram, and then like I got Threads just to see what Threads was about, and I was like, it's like Instagram.
Don't you have to delete your Instagram to get Threads?
No.
Oh.
No. In fact, I tag you on stuff for Threads just in case you do eventually.
Yeah, they've been sending me a lot of stuff. I'm not going over there. I like my real Twitter X.
So we talked about it during the break, but Madison Heatherly.
Yes.
It says whether you know her for her personal Instagram or you keep up with her restaurant marketing business, City Social, of which she is the CEO and founder. Madison Heatherly is the person to follow when it comes to travel, food, local insider information. She's quickly expanded City Social, representing major restaurants like Terra, Smoked, and Village Idiot. Which,
Nice.
by the way, Village Idiot, fantastic pizza.
Smoke
They
is very
always
good.
win. I will tell you, Village Idiot, they have the best pizza on lockdown. Their owners are fantastic and are very creative with their pies. And
Yeah.
So good.
And
across the
reasonable
board.
prices. They're
my
not,
gosh,
they're not
yeah.
expensive pizzas.
Have you
They
been to
still
Nikki's
do pictures
Pizza?
of beer. I love it.
Where's Nikki's Pizza? Is that
Yeah.
the one down in
5
Casey?
Points? I think it's in 5 Points.
Oh, no. I'm not up on my boosters yet to head down to 5 Points. Sorry. I am up on my boosters.
I mean, for what? You know, we can get into that too.
Because my lovely doctor tells me when to get my shots, and I say okay.
Okay.
Best local tweeter, which was that the one that famously Garnet was up for?
I believe so.
It's famously Garnet did actually get an honorable mention, but Chris Traynor has long served Columbia community in his reporting. So congratulations to Chris Traynor. I did go out and follow him. Fitz News, who has been extremely popular lately, especially through the Murdoch trial. Mm-hmm. And that was the other one I was going to say. Alex Murdoch won. Alex Murdoch won.
That's
Are y'all going to mail him
I was
his
about to
plaque?
say, not sure who's going to pick that
Yeah,
plaque
like
up.
he doesn't have a lot of family left.
Not a lot. Alex Murdoch won for, where is it at? Biggest Media Hog.
That rapscallion.
I mean, that's hands down, dog. I mean, he was on Netflix. He had a Hulu doc.
Yeah.
All while the trial is going on. I don't think that's ever happened.
He got shark eyes, just lures people in.
So
You
does
see,
his-
Dead
so do his
black
kids.
shark eyes.
Well, one of them for
he's
sure.
got a tablet in
But-
jail. Did you see his tablet pics?
I hope not.
Those
man.
were pretty funny. Those were real.
But yeah, Alex. So Fitz News, who has the woman that does the podcast. I can't remember what her name is.
No, but I mean,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I listen.
Shout out to her, whoever she is.
because I think.
had a handle on that.
Oh man. And she was ruthless against like Harpootlian and like just the whole thing. Like, and you know what the worst part about it is that Harpootlian, I guess he's still a state senator or a representative for. Oh yeah, he represented Murdoch in the trial, and then like and I think back to I supported him when he was running for office, and I'm like. I get that being a lawyer sometimes, and I'm not saying all lawyers,
Conflict of
but some
interest.
lawyers. I'm saying there are some lawyers that it's just a paycheck, and I guess Harpootlian, that he was honorable mention in this one, or runner up. Dick Harpootlian was the runner up in the Biggest Media Hog.
I think he previous years has been a winner of that category fairly consistently.
Okay.
So
That's a hell of a category,
I didn't pay
and
any
he's still
attention to
associated
it.
with the winner this year.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy.
it's right in there.
Keep my name in your mouth.
Keep my name in.
So best radio station 107.5 The Game.
I just found out today that they couldn't get Heath Klein's contract negotiation, so he's no longer with 107.5, and I'm done.
Well, where will Heath Klein go?
I don't know, but they lost their best DJ.
And Shannon Sharp just went to First Take.
Okay, all right.
Well, we're talking local.
That's big too.
His
though.
brother Sterling was local. We could talk about Sterling Sharp if you want to.
So 107.5 The Game. That's breaking news. I didn't know that. I didn't know
Heath Klein no longer with him, and it stinks.
as of when.
Today.
Wow. So he
was actually on the phone with the morning host this morning, who I hate to knock on people, but I cannot stand the morning show.
well. Okay, so a friend of mine used to do the morning show on 107.5. Benji Norton.
Benji was fantastic.
Benji Norton was
Even for a Clemson fan, he was fantastic.
Benji Norton was a friend of mine that I knew through his. I met through his brother Charles, because we both worked at Blue Cross Blue
Benji,
Shield.
Bob, and Tommy.
But Benji was fantastic, and
Loved them. Loved those three dudes.
my last Benji story where I saw him was the Dunkin' Donuts on St. Andrews, which bless the Dunkin' Donuts on St. Andrews, because that
Did you say bless?
bless them, because that was my savior when they opened up that Dunkin' Donuts right there. Every morning I'd go in there and get my coffee. I would
And a donut.
I would try to avoid getting a donut.
Don't miss. Say
I would get it. I'm gonna say I second guessed whether I would get one or not.
I'm being a good boy. Give me a scone.
Yeah.
Just go ahead. Let me. I think I want one. Just give me the 12.
I can't decide. I'll buy these.
I would justify it by bringing at least 8 back to the office.
I knew you was about to say that.
So, but when they opened the Dunkin' Donuts, they actually had Benji doing a live broadcast from the corner, and when I walked in, I saw him sitting in the corner, and I put my hand over my face so that he wouldn't see me, because he was in the middle of broadcasting. I knew what it was like to do remotes.
So
and
why
do a remote
was you trying to
broadcast.
hide yourself with a
Because
with a hand?
I didn't want to distract him from what he was doing on air.
But he was like, I know that smell anywhere. Barrett
soon
Gruber.
as soon as I walked in the door, he caught me and and he screamed, Gruber! And I'm like,
Come sit down with Benji Norton.
I waited till he got off the air. I went over there and sat down with him. But Benji Norton was such a good guy, and I hate that.
Well, Heath Klein was my favorite. I won. Me and my wife won tickets at the Buffalo Wild Wings, the live thing.
Yeah.
I went there just because Heath Klein was my favorite DJ.
Nice.
Won. And now no more Heath Klein. I'm out.
And now I'm your favorite DJ.
I have to think with categories like this, though, everybody has their own taste in music, but come on, sports,
Yeah.
Big Cox,
Yeah.
Universal.
Yeah,
They got the numbers.
Well, and ultimately,
Easily.
I think in Columbia, I think that having a dedicated sports channel, because big market cities have dedicated sports channels. So
Correct.
having that here in Columbia,
It's a big deal.
and there's usually a plethora of sports to talk about almost all year long. Whether it's
Well, I'm gonna be that guy calling in now, going like, bring him back, bring back Heath
like
And that's what you're gonna do
every day.
do you want me to tell you what it's like to be the DJ on the other end of that phone?
Bear, you
Here,
sound real
let's-
sad about that.
indifference-
Let's keep
indifference-
going.
No,
Let's
no,
keep going.
I just want to role play.
Indifference.
Let's role play really quick. So, hey, caller, you're on the air.
You guys suck and bring back Heath Klein.
All right, sir, it's coming up next.
Calling back.
Gotta call him back.
I swear to God, if you play another Jay Phillips,
Rick Henry got best sportscaster this year.
All right,
Rick Henry's
That's
respect to
classic.
Rick.
That
Yeah,
is-
you
yeah.
can't.
He's
Rick
that
is
dude.
Yeah, Rick is that guy.
can't touch.
John Kosis did get honorable mention on that, along with Heath Klein. So John Kosis Jr., friend of the show, he also has a book coming out John Kosis has a book coming out, I believe in October now. I've ordered 3 of them so that I can get them signed.
You're always one of those people that order stuff before you can get them.
He thinks it's going to be the next Canterbury Tales.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, John, and I know John's listening. I'm hoping that John will let me do the voiceover or the audio book for that. So.
Oh, can I do it? I want to try and get that job.
We can do each chapter. We can do the
We
voices.
just switch it.
Yeah.
Are you about to go to the weird categories? 'Cause I want to hear some weird stuff.
fattest man in
Okay.
baseball.
Ultimately, are there some weird categories?
I feel like y'all kind of hit on the strangest ones in terms of media hog, and I think we used to have troublemaker, and I think that one was consistently
Trent
hard.
would've
Can I have your
that
login?
would've won.
No, I'm kidding.
You trying to get a free
Can I
subscription?
get that unfettered access?
Controls all of our stories from here on out.
It turns out All About Nothing won every category.
Well,
So crazy.
There's a lot more music. I know we did a lot of local hip hop artists was Preach Jacobs, jazz artist Reggie Sullivan.
Nice.
Local solo artist was Mark Rapp.
Yeah.
Those are 3 of my favorites. I know for sure. Then you have all your like best local or best local movie theater, the Nickelodeon, things like that.
That's
yeah.
a good
I love
That's a good one,
Nickelodeon.
yeah.
This one for best car wash, Hurricane Express Wash. Is that one particular location, or is this a franchise? Is that
Well, if you go to Irmo,
They just disrespected all the people that be standing outside and actually washing the cars.
best car wash, Troop 52.
Troop 50.
Irmo's cheerleaders? Best honorable mention there. Best motorcycle store, Harley Haven.
That's a dope. It's
Yeah.
a dope store. I love that.
Is that the one that's like in Two Notch?
No. Harley Haven's over
uh,
off of Harley Haven's the one that's on,
Broad River.
Is it the Broad River one,
yeah.
or which one's the one that's out?
It's Broad River.
By Clemson Road? You
Yeah,
think
the
about
one,
that
the
one?
one that's
That's
off Clemson Road. Is that one?
Thunder Tower. I
Thunder
believe.
Tower.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay,
another
okay.
Harley.
Harley Haven.
Best oil change, Express Oil Change, and you know how I know that they're the best is that I've never had to take my car back to them out of oil.
They did put my oil filter on where I was cursing them.
Yeah.
I was like, did they make oil filter impacts? Because I feel like that's what's going on.
Okay, I do want this one. This one's a big deal. Best tire dealer, Nuttall Tire. I have gone to Nuttall Tire for probably 15 years.
You sleeping.
I'm a Mavis dude.
Where should I be going? I'm going to say congratulations to Nuttall Tire. because,
Why are you getting
That's another
Because you know what
Columbia
I'm talking
staple.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they have the following
What's the Spanish
loyal
place?
customers.
Do you get those ling longs? Give me them ling longs.
I get the tires, the gently used tires. $40 here, $40 there.
Only
up
2
and
nails
down
in
the
it,
road.
but you plugged them.
No, ain't no nails. Ain't no nails. They let you check the tire before you know what I'm saying? They like, you like this one? I'm like, yeah, give me that one, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's like, do you have a warranty? Like, we don't do that here.
It's called Juan's Tire, so don't ever disrespect Juan again, all right?
You're going to want to come back.
I am fully expecting you to work on getting them nominated for best
Oh, you
tire
got
dealer.
Hey, it's a lot of people that be at Juan's Tires. They don't want to admit it, though. They don't want to admit it, but
That hand-me-down tire.
yeah.
All right, no.
It's like, whenever people have, like a new car, and they're like, those people that just get tires like every 6 months, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Never met them in my
There's
life.
some people out there that just change them out.
You
Man.
need those 30,000-mile tires.
I mean,
Yeah. So 60,000 mile tires.
but
That's,
those people that be doing burnouts and stuff like that.
That's not me.
That's different.
I drive a 2005 Honda Element.
I've seen you do a burnout before, Barrett.
Okay. Yeah. But let's just say that was probably not intentional. My foot slipped off the clutch, and the gas was already.
He didn't go to
engaged.
Juan.
You didn't go to
I didn't go to Juan. So one of the ones here.
one of the wands.
And I don't want to give anything away, but somebody here's neighborhood was chosen as best neighborhood.
Friarsgate, really?
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Well,
I believe that would be me.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I didn't want
Forest Acres?
Forest Acres.
I know Golden Pond ain't on that much.
Yeah, when I did landscaping for a while, well, I did marine construction. They're like, have you ever done landscaping? I'm like, I could run a weed eater. Like, all right. We went to Forest Acres, and nice neighborhood.
It is.
Very
No,
nice.
all of Forest Acres is really nice. You got a Trader Joe's within walking distance of
We
our
have the
Guys.
one and only Trader Joe's. So
Yeah.
that right there, I think, got us the win.
Yeah.
I felt like the houses at on Forest Acres, they pulled the tricks on you because you're like, oh, what a quaint house. And you get to that backyard and like, here's the rest of the house, and this backyard is magnificent.
Yeah, no, that's
Now, did it scare
also,
you?
they talk about the flood like we did
Yeah,
earlier.
that's what I was about to ask
Yeah.
you. Did it scare you to move in there?
No, they've taken very good care since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Replaced all the levees and everything's good to go. And I live on a hill.
Okay, okay.
But I think that those really pretty backyards came because they were completely destroyed a couple of years back.
Yeah, that's
But,
probably
yeah.
true.
Well, I know that one of the nice things that come, not nice things, because that's going to make it sound bad, but one of the things that does come along in a natural disaster like that is there is a very low loan system or loan program that's available through FEMA if you are in an area that's declared as a state of emergency. And I am dumbfounded by the people that don't take advantage of that. Even if you had no damage to your house, that was available literally to everybody. 2% interest on that.
Correct.
So,
I mean, a lot of people think that's scam stuff, though. You know what
It's
I mean?
not
a lot
a
of people,
scam.
but I know, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people that haven't been through a situation like that before, if nobody's there to tell them.
as a social
won't know.
liberal, I'm telling you all, if your area gets declared in a state of emergency, take advantage of the programs
Take the
that are
money.
available from the federal government.
And as a guy who doesn't know any better, I'm
what
telling
about-
you, listen to Barrett.
What about this $6,000 they got on these commercials with Joe Biden telling me I should get this $6,000 loan? Is that real or not?
No, that's fake.
That's fake.
Exactly.
Yeah,
See
don't
what I
do
mean?
that.
See how false information gets out there, man?
Yeah, but he's
Trent, if you-
telling you
if you
that
get-
based on the
They had
fact
like an
that-
AI version of
No,
himself.
I
Don't
researched
trust
it.
AI, Joe.
Also, if you get one of those checks in the mail for like $15,000, do not cash
Oh,
it.
never.
Hey, I'm gonna hold this over here so you guys can't see it. But
Okay.
who was the best adult store this year?
Oh, man, Nancy's nut.
How often?
That's
do
the
they
only
win?
one I could name.
Like, what else is there? This is it, maybe?
Trent's mom's house.
Don't laugh at him.
I'm usually the one making the Trent mom jokes.
And I ain't going to take too much more of this guy. All right? I'm going to let y'all get one more mama's joke, and that's it. All right?
Get your book, get your mac and cheese, and get out.
It's an interesting way of doing a Trent's mom joke, though.
Oh, my
That's
God.
not bad.
Nancy's Nook is also a sponsor of the party on
Very
Saturday.
cool.
They are
Are they bringing
sponsoring
toys?
our tattoo parlor.
Ooh, what?
It's Tommy Lee's Tattoos. Obviously, can't have a rock star themed event without a tattoo station.
That's happening.
Are they gonna?
Ah.
Yeah. Wait. So hold on.
Look at Bear. Bear can't fathom
This
what's
is a
going
teaser.
on.
I can't tell you much else.
Oh, you
Okay,
get this
all
exclusively at the All About Nothing
Well,
podcast.
by now it's already happened, but yeah, you can't. Yeah, you don't want to tell us because we're gonna. Could I potentially go in there and get a tattoo? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, they're fake tattoos.
Yeah, Bear, calm down.
However,
They got like a real tattoo artist in there.
they are amazing and they are very great quality. And we designed them specific. I mean, there's a mermaid that has a Nancy's Nook logo on it. Like these tattoos are fantastic.
That's
Bear, you got to go in there
I
and
think
get that
there's
face
actually
tat.
a teaser in the newspaper.
Okay.
If you can find it.
Bear, get that face tat right there, like right here in your face.
Best bakery this year is Allie and Eloise.
Yes.
Now I have not been there yet.
Delicious.
Where are they located?
I believe they have a Main Street and, if I'm not mistaken, a Forest Drive location as well.
Okay, all right. So when I go into the office, I can just walk down to. Okay.
See, I was right. This is it. Was the runner up?
Yeah.
I told you that's the only other. It's in Columbia.
For a bakery?
No, for best sex.
That's not what it says. It's best adult store.
It's a sex store.
They're not
It's better
selling.
being like that shady place you pass on the way to work.
They're not selling sex. They're selling adult stuff. Yeah,
that they
I
do
know.
with sex.
All right.
Like,
all
what
right.
do you-
Hey, there's
what
a
do you-
reason Trent's been yelled at when he goes in there.
I've been banned 5 times.
Is there okay? So is there one that's best hamburger?
Oh, yes.
That's one I need to know
Is
about.
there a best steak?
Let's see. I'm looking for
see.
Best breakfast
Best
is
burrito.
best burrito. That's,
Okay,
that's
shout out to
important.
Best
Grande.
Burrito, Boca Grande, my bud Dave Grillo.
Grillo.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, he and I worked together for
best
a few
breakfast
years.
is Cafe Strudel. I love that.
Which cafe strudel do you think that is?
I think both. Maybe
You
the
think
one in
it's both of
Lexington
them?
and the other one. Both of them are good.
So I've been to the one in West Columbia. Excellent. I've not been to the one over on 6th in Lexington.
That original location is great. Also,
Exactly.
fantastic Bloody Mary. Even though Transmission won, Strudel has
Okay.
great Bloody
All
Mary.
right. All right.
Best hamburger is Rockaway's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Never had one.
Yeah, it's runner-up,
Rockaways
Transmission
makes
again.
sense.
Nice.
Oh, really? Transmission. Good
For
idea.
best burger, yeah.
I told
That's
you got a
another-
very good burger. I got to try it.
You guys have any best of that you want to highlight that you potentially
That I
you all
remember off
didn't
my
do-
head.
I'm gonna assume you guys didn't do your research before this.
Well, no, that came out today, Barrett.
I'm.
What research could we have done?
I wrote my notes today.
I mean, you
Best fried
work from
chicken.
home.
Oh, and you
Fried
wrote
chicken.
them on a
Best fried chicken.
typewriter.
Fried
Okay.
chicken.
Okay. Guess who do you think's got the best fried chicken?
I can't answer first.
I would say the place downtown. It's the we're gonna say the same.
Don't point at me,
That
brother.
narrows it
That's-
down.
No. The one I can't remember the name.
Fried chicken?
Yes, it's the
You talking about the duck place?
no, bro. It's the one near the stadium.
That's not chicken.
Oh, Bernie's.
Bernie's. Yeah,
Is it
what?
Ber-
Wasn't Bernie's?
It is not Bernie's.
Let me.
Well,
let me
then the
think.
next best
Oh,
fried.
wait, runner-up was Bernie's, however.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Okay, let me see. Let me see.
The Quickway White Rock Quickway.
That is very
Yeah,
good.
that's a
very good.
that is a staple.
Yes.
That is that.
I don't know, man. Fried chicken, man, I don't know. If it wasn't Bernie's, I really
Bernie's
don't
was the
know.
one I thought.
Rush's.
That would be Zesto's.
Are you? Hold on.
That's why the president went. We
He's-
should have known.
This
Trent.
fried chicken is the best fried
I don't.
chicken.
I don't
Walked in,
know.
I said, "Wow, that's a lot of good fried chicken."
I don't know why I have to keep reminding you. He's no longer the president.
Barrett, once you become the president, you're always the president for the rest of your life.
Then you're the former president.
But it has president in there.
And in
To
this
be
case,
fair to Trent, they still call you Mr. President.
Yes, what are you talking about right now? You think they say former Mr. President whenever they talk to him?
no, I think they call him Mr. Trump
No, they call him.
Okay.
Or hey, ding dong.
or inmate 1463894.
And Barrett, Barrett, since we're talking about that real quick, Bell only 200,000. Really?
That's a
Really, Barrett?
That's
Rudy
a-
turned himself
really?
into that.
I saw that Rudy turned himself in. Actually, was it John Eastman that turned himself in, and then like they were like, no handcuffs, come on.
Oh no, you're gonna get that cold steel, my boy. Yeah.
What you
All right,
got?
I guess we gotta move on to.
You got no. You have another one you want to?
There's 296
Yeah,
categories.
she's like, I got it. She's like, when y'all want to stop talking, I can get back to this list now.
Ultimately, I think this is basically a list of all the places that we need to try over the course of the next 300.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Very
I'm
much
going
so.
specifically off of this list.
Oh yeah, that's what I love about this too. Is again, you find those new places, but you have the places that have such a loyal following. So I mean, you come into Columbia blind, and you just pick up one of this,
yeah.
and just literally go down the list.
Literally, I was having that conversation with Vanessa Angel this weekend
we did.
at the Comic-Con. Was like she asked us specifically, where's a good place to go eat, and she said that people have made suggestions, but
Fazoli's.
She trusted you guys because y'all were bigger, right?
100%.
And Trent eat my ass.
Did you hear what Vanessa Angel said to me before we started recording?
No, I didn't.
Not you.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't
That's
there.
what I'm
So
Of course you didn't.
So do you know who Vanessa Angel is?
No.
You ever
please.
seen the movie Kingpin?
Yeah.
Vanessa Angel was the female role lead in that movie.
The pretty
So-
lady, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of getting everything set up so that we can sit down and interview her, and I put the microphone down in front of her, and then I adjust it and put it like it's right in her face.
Trent, Barrett, don't say it.
And she goes, wow, that's a big mic. And I go, well, I feel validated. And she says, okay, do you just want me to cut this out?
No, you can say whatever. You got me canceled last week when you can cut up the small person thing. You tried to get me canceled. I know what you tried to do. I said edit and you didn't edit.
I will just say that 50-something-year-old Vanessa Angel made me feel good about myself.
Well, Barrett
And
said
I
you're
appreciate
a
it.
looker, but you're no Marianne Williams.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. Lindsay, I appreciate you participating in this nonsense. So yeah, I guess
The most important thing is we are the best podcast in the world right now. Okay, in the world, it's been validated. All your questions have been answered. You know what I mean? Any other thing that
Well,
needs to be
Lindsay
said?
now knows it's definitely like why.
Yeah,
We're
I
the
mean,
best.
we're the best, and we will all be getting chained soon with the best. And it'll have 2023 on it, so just be
So sorry
prepared for
I did
that.
not bring you your chain.
Thanks.
I will
Make
remember
sure you bring
for
that next year.
Trent's gonna get the chain and then he's gonna wear the plaque around.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
I'm putting the plaque on the chain. I would have did it for the party, but not there.
Flavorless.
so flavorless. Is that what you say? Yeah. So I did want to discuss this because I want to make sure people are aware of it. And we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, I talked to Mayor of West Columbia, Tim Miles, on an episode that dropped. I guess it was today.
Correct.
No, did it? Yeah, it dropped last night.
It was
Last
last night.
So essentially, here's the deal. The building that is currently being occupied by the New Brookland Tavern has been put up for sale. New Brookland Tavern was given the opportunity to come up with, or to come up with the capital to potentially buy the building, but it's 700, like I think 700,000.
775.
Yeah, well, that's how much it's for sale. But they were given the opportunity to buy it for about 70 or 75,000 less. In the end, yesterday morning, a GoFundMe account was started to try and raise the money necessary, and they're only trying to raise $225,000.
I like how you say only.
I say only in the grand scheme of
I've
things.
seen GoFundMe's with
It's a $250,000.
$1,000 and they
It's a
haven't
cool
got it.
$250,000.
But
Yeah.
ultimately, what it sounds like is that everyone that is involved in this, the current landlords, the potential new landlords, everyone wants New Brookland Tavern to succeed. The city of West Columbia wants New Brookland Tavern to succeed. If it means that they're able to stay in West Columbia, that's 100% great. If they're able to find another location in the area, whether it's in the River District or whether it's a little further away, ultimately everyone wants them to succeed. So what I'm asking is if you can check our show notes and you have just any amount of money that could potentially go towards this GoFundMe for the New Brookland Tavern, and I'm going to open it up to you guys because I have New Brookland stories that when I first moved here, one of the things that I did was I did open mic night comedy, and I did comedy night open mic night several times, and it was a blast. And ultimately, regardless of how it ended up, I don't do it anymore.
Did you get booed?
I've been booed so many times.
Well,
I walk in this building.
He was
you guys
opening
boo
up
me.
for Rodney Dangerfield when he was getting started.
You get no respect. But
this is where every local artist, at least in my time, Trent knows. I mean, that's where you cut your teeth.
Yes.
That is, if you want to go play, that's a place that's going to give you the opportunity.
And
to
they make
do
you feel like you're playing at a real venue. You get that real high.
You get cooked in the lights.
Yep.
You get the people who will show up and support you. You get
Correct.
it all. You get that intimate atmosphere, even for your big people who come.
Correct.
I mean, it's literally, I said it's our CBGB, and if anybody out there knows what CBGB, that was New York's famous club that was small like that, where the Ramones played. It's an important piece of history in West Columbia and Greater Columbia in general.
Correct.
It's worth saving.
Now, do you think, as far as like with the new Brookland Tavern, do you think they would want to stay in West Columbia, or you think they're looking for?
They want to stay in West Columbia as well.
Okay. West Columbia wants them to stay in West Columbia.
It's ultimately everyone is working on a path to keep New Brookland Tavern open, but in West Columbia. Freetimes, I saw the article about this.
Yes, and that actually came up today when we were all discussing the best of, because they did not win best local venue this year. And I can tell you,
Senate
or Tin
I
Roof.
think Senate is the one. Yeah, Senate won this year.
Yeah,
but our staff, again, personal opinions, all of us were like, no, because everybody here knows how important New Brooklyn really is to the music scene in Columbia.
Absolutely
Very true.
I have to ask this then: how secret are these winnings before you all start emailing? Before, with your staff, does your staff know who wins, or is that kept pretty close?
It is kept very, very, very close. I think if anything, some of the writers, because they have to start getting the material ready. It takes a long time to put this massive issue together. Which again,
a lot of writing.
We have a great team, so they did an amazing job this year. But it's kept very, very close.
Yeah.
Again, the integrity of the entire competition. So, but. That obviously, they discuss it a little bit, I would say, amongst themselves, and maybe some of us do, but really, it was today when this came out that everybody started really voicing their opinions, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
The amount of time that it takes to make this happen, to make specifically this publication come out is absolutely, I'm sure it takes a long time, but how soon do you all start preparing for the best of? Yeah.
We will already have a list of categories, potential new categories for next year within the next couple of days, because our emails will start blowing up. And we think on it. We listen to the community. We listen to the reactions from everyone. We go to the party, and trust me, people tell us what they think at the party.
Yeah.
So we immediately start planning for next year, because it is such a big undertaking, and it is such a huge part of Freetimes. It's a year-long process.
Yeah. There is. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I know you got a couple people that come up and like, hey, that was wrong. Whoever wrote that article about me.
Yeah. I have my opinions. I'm going to share them.
And it is an open bar. So.
Oh, man. Dang, man. I'm missing the open bar.
Less beers, more hors d'oeuvres. Stop it.
All the opinions.
I love open bars.
I just want to acknowledge this, and this isn't something that you have to acknowledge, but there is a fake Best of Columbia.
Huh?
I say fake. It's a legitimate organization, but there's another group that does a Best of Columbia, right?
No, I think they do Best of Lexington or something like that.
There's other reader choice awards or competitions out there, absolutely. But again, the fact that we couldn't even remember when ours started, because it's been around that long, and it's that popular.
That's the one. This is the one.
This is what you want. You want.
Yeah, Bear, you don't want everybody else that won something.
That was what I was going to try and point out, is that it's really easy to tell because there's a crown. There's a crown here on the front.
3 crowns, we got 3 crowns.
It says Freetimes, or Best of Columbia. It's the Freetimes right here. It's published. The parent company, of course, is the Post and Courier, which isn't just out of Charleston. We legitimately
Columbia Post and Courier.
We legitimately have journalists here writing for this newspaper. So support the Post and Courier.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Because ultimately, if it comes down to it, I'm probably picking up a Post and Courier before I pick up something else, because
it's free, right?
No, Post and Courier's not free.
Oh, so
the Freetimes is free.
Well,
it's in the title.
It is altogether weekly.
The
print is, yes, correct. But I mean, we have free newsletters depending on what you're interested in, whether sports, dining, whatever. There's all kinds of different ways to read Post and Courier. You just got to look into it, and obviously pick up your Freetimes every Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Well, Lindsay, we really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Especially to give us our certificate, because it's not real till it's in your hands. Is that right?
I feel it.
Accurate.
Well, congratulations. Y'all have a new listener.
You hear that, people? You hear that?
That's one more.
She's going to take it back to her office, and then she's going to have more people listen to us.
That's right.
You want to hear the best podcast in Columbia?
So when do y'all do y'all actual voting? Are y'all able to vote?
Oh, we can vote. We can vote personally, which we go in immediately. Because, we want to see. I want to see what, made it to the final round. Because I didn't really look at the nominations when they were going through all the different, cleaning up process. So I immediately get in there and like, okay, who made it to the finals?
I think one of my favorite things is the fact that our podcast in there was actually titled exactly how we title our podcast, which was the All About Nothing podcast. But like when we went through for the voting on some of the other podcasts, like they weren't using capital letters in places and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's their fault, Barrett.
Potentially, but I'll just say
we're not blaming y'all. We're blaming the people who nominated.
Because I assume that's because it's a write-in.
Those nominations, they're authentic.
Correct.
It's a write-in. So I would have spelled lead differently, but they spelled it the way they wanted to. I'm just kidding.
Barrett, you are an ass.
If he shows up Saturday night, I'm gonna still shake his hand.
Are they supposed to be there? The non-winners?
Look, it's open to the.
Are they supposed to be there? Do you have a golden ticket?
I don't think the non-winners were supposed to be there because
don't drink the fizzy popper.
I didn't get invited last
welcome.
year. Okay, all right, cool. Just had to know.
Oh, I see you have an L in your hand. Out.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Thank you very much, Lindsay, for being with us.
Thank you.
Again, the Post and Courier, Freetimes Columbia, every week. Pick up your paper. If you don't live here in Columbia, you can subscribe and get you can get this weekly and check it out because again, the police blotter is great. It's fantastic.
Correct.
You will. I don't think there's anything that I read on a weekly basis that isn't more entertaining than my failed Wordle attempts. Probably. Nothing. Man, this room is tough. Thanks. All right, that's gonna do it for episode number 170. The All About Nothing podcast. Thank you, Zach King. Thank you, Trent Clark. Thank you very much, Lindsay Conine, representing the Free Times here in Columbia. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, merchandise, and social media are available on theallaboutnothing.com. You can also, if you think that our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly, which guilty, right?
It's just like we do it all the time, so we're used to it.
If you're in the giving mood, why not become an official Nothinger by supporting the show? Visit theallaboutnothing.com and click on the support link near the top of the page. You can subscribe monthly in varying levels of membership tiers and click on the tips link if you want to just give a one-time donation. If you'd like to join the conversation, you can join our Discord channel. Please click the banner at the top of the webpage. Also, please subscribe to the show, like and follow Facebook, Twitter, do all of those things here. This is the All About Nothing podcast. That's it. You all stay safe and...
boys, have a win.
The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by me, Bear Gruber, and recorded from the podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. GOT Sound Studio is owned and operated by Neek the Geek. Visit gotsoundstudio.com for details on studio rental, production, and engineering. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow everything Cake the band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo. Join him weekly at the venue in Columbia, South Carolina for the Saturday All-Star Drag Brunch and Sundays at the Review Drag Brunch. You can also contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram, TheRealDJLonzo. You can also phone him, 803-262-7982. Thanks to Zach King. You can follow him on Instagram at KingZach07 and on Twitter at CarolinaKing21. I am Barrett Gruber. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Barrett Gruber or visit my Linktree/Barrett Gruber. Want to support the show? Visit our page, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available, including memberships that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. To find links to our social media, merchandise, and past episodes, as well as other details, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you can call and leave us a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Ami takes a deep dive down the rabbit hole in episodes of Welcome to Wonderland, available on all of your podcast platforms. As well, you should check out DJ Lonzo's Top 5, available on all of the podcast listening platforms. Please subscribe and share the show. If you're on YouTube, please like and hit the notification bell. The All About Nothing podcast is a product of Bear Gruber Entertainment and Media. Thank you for listening.